I think it's called the safe punt.
Yeah.
Unit. Okay. One, how much do you work on the safe punt unit? And two, and this isn't calling out Zach, but is he supposed to be rushing the punter?
So here's the deal as I look at it, and it's a fair question. I look at it as my position to put the players in the best situation, and I got to do a better job of that. First off, we did have what we call our gray unit. We do practice that. What we asked Zach to do is exactly what he did as far as, hey, we're going to bull rush the center. We're going to drive him back. Unfortunately, he was too successful with that. And it's just one of those deals. But again, Zach's such a great player. I mean, the guy was like a speed bump to him. I just got to do a better job of putting him in a better situation, maybe not rushing, maybe not doing anything to that extent, and maybe just taking a couple steps up, let our offense get the ball back and stuff like that. Zach's a great player, does everything that we ask him to do, like he did there, but it's just one unfortunate situation. And again, I got to do a better job of putting those guys in a better situation.
Now, follow up to that question.
Yep.
With the long snapper, and this is something that we were discussing, I need an explanation of the rules. You cannot engage with him, or you can?
You can. So here's the deal. You still have to give him a little bit of time to put his head up. All right, that's the biggest thing. You can't take a shot in the head or neck area. If his head's still down and you go right away and hit him, that's a foul. So when he goes up and snaps and he lifts his head up, you can make contact with this guy and try to bull him back, or you can get on his hip. You can do a bunch of different things, but it's all about his head getting up. All right, that's the thing. You just can't make head or neck area contact with a guy. You got to give him enough time for him to come up.
Then do some long snappers take their sweet time?
No, because they got to protect, right? So yeah, you could possibly do that if you're thinking about, hey, maybe we want to draw a penalty, where someone gets on the head or neck. But those guys have to protect. It's not college where they can just snap it and run downfield. They have to protect in the pro game. So you don't really see that, or I haven't seen that, where a guy just keeps his head down the whole entire time and then goes and tries to release to try to draw a penalty. They have to protect.
Greg, in that spot, why did you have a pass rush at all? Not even talking about Zach specifically. Why even rush the quarterback, put yourselves at risk, and do you regret that?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, anytime there's a penalty, you're going to always second guess it. But the biggest thing we want in plus 50 situations, you still want to try to put a little bit of pressure on the punter. You don't want him just to stand back there, allow the gunners to have enough time to go down there and force a fair catch or catch the ball at the 5-yard line. You want to try to have him speed up the process a little bit to try to hit a touchback. That was the thought process. Again, I got to do a better job of putting those guys in a situation. And if they do punt the ball at the 5-yard line, we fair catch the ball there, so be it. It allows us to give the offense a chance to go down there and score.
Sorry, so how often would Sealer be out there and that pass rush crew?
So without giving away philosophy of what we want to do, I mean, he could be out there at any point in time, 4th and short, plus 50 type situations. And it's not only Zach, it'll be Kenneth Grant. It could be Jordan Phillips. It could be Jalen Phillips. It could be Cam Good, Matthew Judon. Those guys that are kind of in a safe type look where it's more defensive players than it is offensive players. Those are the type of situations that they could be out there.
After Zach ran over the center, did Reed Ferguson's leg get in Zach's way at all?
I mean, there was probably a bunch of things that could happen, but
it looked like his leg went right into Zach's stomach. I didn't know.
It looked like he tried to kick up on him and everything like that. Again, that's just one of those unfortunate situations that end up happening, and a lot of different things could happen. And again, I'm just, how I look at it as a coach, I want to do the best that I can to put those guys in a situation to be successful, not to hurt the team at any point in time, and to draw penalties. Again, Zach's a great player, love him. I'm always going to put that on me, not on anyone else.
What did you think as you saw those blocked field goals this past weekend, especially one from a team that you are about to face?
Yeah, great play call. Obviously, they did a really good job. The Jets did against Tampa. They saw something probably with the guard or the tackle not being able to, rise up. So they did a really good job of pushing on that guard, allowed McDonald, number 9, to go over there and jump. I know the Rams had 2 blocked against them. That was more just an A-gap push with those guys. And then Cleveland had that big one, too, where it was a little bit of a push there. And I thought when I looked at it at first, it was the guy off the edge that got it. because he came really close, but it was another interior push. So that's a big point of emphasis with the guys. We obviously showed him McDonald. Chris Banjo, the special teams coordinator, was at Denver. They tried it last year with Patrick Surtain. So, that's one of the biggest things. It's not only McDonald that could do it, it also could be some type of skill player. And I wouldn't even put it past Q Williams, number 95, how big and athletic that guy is, could be able to jump, because I know Cleveland does it with Myles Garrett. So it's something, that we talk to the players. We put a big emphasis yesterday on McDonald, where he's lining up at, because he's lined up all over their place on their field goal block unit, whether it's on the edge, all right, the second guy in, weak side. It's something, obviously, that was a big part of last week on special teams.
Greg, this is a veteran team, a young team. I don't see a lot of youth on special teams. Is this a more veteran special teams unit than you've usually played?
No. I've had veteran players with a little mixture of some younger guys. We still want to get these young guys going. Obviously Jason Marshall was the guy. We had Jordan Colbert. Really excited about both of those guys. I think Jordan had a really good preseason and did an excellent job, and then even went in last week and had a tackle and did a really good job on kickoff return of staying connected, and we put him on kind of an island to make some really good blocks, and he did a really good job. So really happy with those guys, and even Ethan Bonner did a really good job, Sip Armstrong, guys that did a really good job on punt return, which I was excited about.
Are you still hopeful that Jason Sanders will be able to return on schedule, which would mean as early as next week?
Yeah, to be honest with you, it's whenever Jason's healthy and ready to go, we'll be excited. He's done a great job here throughout his career. If it's at any point in time that he's back, we're going to be happy. We're also happy with Riley. He's done a really good job. He's made his kick so far. He's done a really good job with that. And even on our kickoffs, he's done a great job too. So whenever Jason's healthy and ready to go, we'll be excited for him, because I know he's itching to get back. But we've got to make sure that the process and everything, he's going to be healthy by the time that he comes back. We don't want to have any setbacks with him. So who knows when it is, but we'll be excited though.